Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Infrastructure. Minister, snowmobile clubs in my riding and across Ontario have come to us in distress. They've been told by Hydro One and the orders of your ministry that effective January 1, 2014, they will no longer have access to the use of hydro corridors unless the local municipalities enter into agreements to not only fund 50% of the total cost of taxes on the land, but also ensure that all trails are moved 15 metres away from any tower, that fencing and gates are installed, and that the areas are monitored year-round. Minister, there's a few problems with this. The Ontario Federation of Snowmobile Clubs tells us it's impossible to move the trails 15 metres away from any tower. Second, they question why they should have to maintain the trails year-round when they are multi-use trails. Other people use these trails outside of snowmobile season. And third, how much is this going to cost and impact the industry? Minister, these are valid concerns. Can you please explain why local clubs and municipalities are being asked to maintain and pay the taxes on lands that are owned by the province of Ontario, or is this yet another Liberal tax grab?
Thank you. Minister of Infrastructure and Transportation.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the member for the question. I always greatly appreciate when members are raising issues on behalf of important constituencies. This is the first I've heard of this, Mr. Speaker, to be very honest with you. It concerns me greatly. I will certainly look into it. There could be an issue between hydro and safety issues. I can't speculate in detail on what the issue would be. I take the member's concern is sincere, and I will commit to working with him to resolve this issue. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Again to the Minister. Minister, the use of hydro corridors is paramount, as you know, to the snowmobile trail system. These new requirements will impact snowmobile clubs across the province and may needlessly lead to the dissolution of an industry that's presently thriving. So to give the Minister an idea of the impact of this new regulation, a cost estimate done in my riding by the Township of Springwater found their share of the cost of the taxes on a mere 3 kilometres of trail to be $3,700 per year. Remember, there's thousands of kilometres of trail using hydro corridors, and that this is only for 3 kilometres, and they will also be responsible for the fencing and maintenance. Snowmobile clubs can't afford this, obviously, and municipalities can't afford it. This issue affects thousands of snowmobile clubs, thousands of dealers, thousands of restaurants, hotels, gas stations, and thousands of jobs in rural Ontario. Is your government prepared to create another complete disarray in a thriving industry like the snowmobile industry in Ontario, just like you did in the horse racing industry? Or will you act now to ensure this doesn't happen?
I think, Mr. Speaker, my tone to the member was very constructive and positive, so if we could just sort of park the rhetoric for a moment. We're working very closely with snowmobile clubs right now to look at integrating our fee systems with Minnesota, Manitoba, and that. We've had a number of concerns raised by snowmobile clubs. As you know, we have a very good agreement that's up for renewal with them, where they maintain trails and we fund them, we collect a fee. I'm quite surprised, Mr. Speaker, given the level of contact we have with these clubs. They have not raised this issue with me. I am very glad they've raised the issue with the minister, with the member opposite, Mr. Speaker. I have a great respect for the member, and will look forward to working with him to resolve it. I certainly share the concern if those facts are as they say he is, and I have no reason to disbelieve him, Mr. Speaker. I'm not satisfied with them. I will work with him to correct the situation, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. No question. The member from